Hello and welcome again. Today we are going to continue with a conversation about the uses of grapes in Cyprus. Today we are going to look at the most famous Cypriot sweets, that is making of Palouze and Shoushoukos. Palouze is made from the grape juice and Shoushoukos is made from nuts which are dipped into this Palouze, which is the grape juice or the must. So come with me and let's see how we can make these two items, Palouze and Shoushoukos. Hello, it's me, Maureen Morari, and this is Story Molly. Last time we looked at how we can convert or change grapes into raisins, and that was a good thing. I hope you tried this process, and I'm hoping that you're enjoying your raisins. As we mentioned earlier, we are going to look at how we can make Palouze and Shoushoukos from the grape juice. So as we had mentioned, Palouze is the jelly made from the grape juice plus rustic flour, while nuts that are connected or joined together by cotton thread are dipped into the Palouze, then dried for 3 to 5 days, and thereafter people can enjoy them. Generally, due to the conducive climate here in Cyprus has a variety of fruits, which are also used to make a variety of sweets or desserts. These fruits include watermelon, oranges, figs, among many others. Shoushoukos and Palouze can also be made from other fruits other than just grapes. These fruits include pomegranate and carob. The first thing that you need to make Palouze is the grape juice. How is this done? When people are doing it in the village, they might use local and available tools, which is your hands. So once you have your grapes, you have harvested them, sorted them out, throwing away the rottens, removing the stems, and washing them thoroughly. Then you put them in a basin and squeeze them. Squeeze the juices out of the grapes using your hands. Step 2 is making sure that you have your nuts threaded. A few weeks or days prior to obtaining your juice and starting the whole process, you should have already threaded the nuts together. So mainly this activity is done by older women. They sit around at home, maybe in the evening or when they don't have so much work to do, and they thread the nuts together. This could be threading almonds together or threading walnuts together. Now that you have everything that you need, that is the juice and the nuts, the next thing that we need to do is making the Palouze, making the jelly itself. So you have the grape juice, which is also known as the must. This is what will be used to make the Palouze. So once you receive the must from whichever source, either you squeeze the must from the grapes by yourself or you buy it from the market, then the next thing is to prepare it. How do we go about preparing the must? Once we received about 3 containers of the must from the farm, we sieved it into a big pot that was sitting outside in a makeshift kitchen. Once the must is almost boiling, then the next thing that is done is to add the lime soil. And according to the people here, they said they do this to purify or to remove the impurities from the must. Upon adding the lime soil, a thick foam will form on top of the must. Use a sieve to remove this foam, and thereafter, once the must boils, you put it aside and cool it. For us, we cooled it for the night, and we continued with the activity the following day, which was a Sunday. Of course, more family members and friends joined us the following day so that we can continue with the making of Palouze and Shoushoukos. On Sunday morning, we had more family members and friends joining us in the activity. So 2 things were happening at the same time: the flavoring and warming and boiling one part of the must, and the mixing of the second part of the must with the rustic flour. For us, we chose to go with pelargonium. Some people prefer basilic, vanilla, or rose water, or any other flavor that you would like your Palouze and Shoushoukos to have. By now, the mixture of the must and the rustic flour is ready. You have stirred it continuously and thoroughly, and there are no lumps. Now it's time to add this mixture into the cooking must. So the first thing that you do is find a sieve, a clean sieve, and sieve in the mixture into the cooking pot, continuously stirring the cooking pot so that the palouze that you're now making does not stick at the bottom, and also to avoid making lumps in the palouze. The whole process of stirring takes a lot of time. So one person really, especially if you're doing a large quantity of palouze, cannot do this. You will get tired and you need help. And that's why people come together to do this activity. So one by one, the family members would go and stir for 10 or 15 minutes or less, and then leave it and pass the wooden stick to somebody else to continue stirring. After stirring for a while, the palouze will be ready. So to check if it's ready, you put a little amount of palouze on a plate. If this palouze slides or runs across the plate, it means it's not ready. If it sticks on the plate and does not run or just slides a little, then it means it's ready. The next thing that was done was really to now dip the threaded nuts into the palouze. Again, this was a communal activity. There were we had a dozen of strings that needed to be dipped. So everybody that was available and could do the activity joined in. They would go with their threaded nuts deep into the boiling pot of palouze. We were shown how to do it, especially for us who are new into this palouze making activity. So we would dip it into the boiling palouze, and the stirring kept continuing so that the lumps do not form. Dip it the right way, and then wait for a few minutes or seconds for the excess palouze to fall back into the cooking pot, and hang the stringed nuts somewhere so that they can cool down. And this process is done over and over again. We dipped it 2 to 3 times until the older lady said they were good size that can be put aside for drying. The remaining palouze was packed into containers. We sprinkled crushed walnuts and almonds on top of them, and this will be taken home by the family members and friends who had come, and also would be shared with other family members or friends who were not there at that moment. The favorite part of the whole palouze shoushoukos making was when the pot was emptied, and this is the part that people really wait for. So what happened is that the crushed walnuts and almonds were also sprinkled into the cooking pot with the leftovers, and people came together to have a taste of the leftovers from the cooking pot. It was such a nice and intimate activity to share with family and friends. The stringed walnuts and almonds were placed indoors for them to dry slowly 3 to 5 days, and later on would be shared with family and friends. That's it for today. I'm so happy that I got to share with you how to make these Cypriot desserts, the making of the Shoushoukos and palouze. I am always thrilled to bring you stories about culture and people, and I'm hoping you're enjoying them. Leave a comment if you like what we're doing, and let us know what we can do more for you. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you liked this video and any other video that we have done, please tell us. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. Until next time, my name is Maureen Murari, and this is Story Molly.